experience in the automotive repair and painting industry. There's one question I've always been asked is what primer should I use? Well, today I'm going to take just a few minutes and talk about a few primers and how to use them properly. We're going to talk about epoxy, etching, urethane, and lacquer. We're going to start off with epoxy primer. Epoxy primers work great over bare metal. This is what their main design is for. They're also good for a sealer before painting. Also, these primers are great because you can do your body work right over top of them. But I would not recommend these primers for finishing out or blocking. They're really not made for that. But they're great, like I said, just for going over your bare metal and maybe a sealer before you paint. Etching primers do exactly what the name implies. They etch themselves to any type of bare metal substrate, such as aluminum, galvanized, steel, any type of bare metal, they adhere to it. But these primers must be top coated with a urethane primer. These primers should be used very moderately, only a light coat is needed. Also, these primers, you do not want full coverage. Like I said, just a very light coat will work. You would not want to use these primers as a final primer or a sealer to do your bodywork over. Also, these primers are acid-based, so extreme caution should be taken on these primers. The next primer is a urethane primer. These are primers you're going to find in just about every body shop today. They're very easy to use and very inexpensive. These primers go over any sanded OEM finish, fiberglass, filler, plastic, any type of finish that is sanded, you can apply these over. Most time urethane primers are not made for bare metal, so you want to check your tech sheet to make sure that they tell you that you can apply direct to metal. If not, this is where your epoxy and your etching primers are going to come into play. But if you use urethane primers correctly, they are a great blocking primer, and used correctly can give you that car show finish that what you're looking for in your paint job. The last paint we're going to talk about is lacquer primer. These primers I do not recommend. They've been around for over 60 years, and they were designed for lacquer paints. These primers are very cheap and very easy to use, but I would not recommend them. All the time I would recommend a lacquer primer is if you're going to do an original restoration using lacquer paint. Bottom line with lacquer primers is they're cheap. If you use a cheap primer, you're going to end up with a cheap result. The primers I've talked about today are epoxy, etching, urethane, and lacquer. All these products should be used by professionals only. So if you're not a professional, you need to make sure you read and understand all the technical sheets on these products. Always make sure you wear all the safety protection that is required for these products. If you have any questions about these products, you need to be able to refer to a tech sheet for whatever product you're using. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at www.thepaintshoponline.com. Thank you. Read and follow the tech sheets on them very carefully. And if you're not a professional, make sure you use the proper safety equipment and use them in a well-ventilated area. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me through my website at www.thepaintshoponline.com. Thank you.